What's going on, dudes? Counting Games back here again. So today we're going to be reacting to the most expensive military vehicles. Now guys, in Ireland we don't spend any money on military, right? I think it's like 3% of the budget or some shit like that. But in America, shit's like 50% of the budget. They spend like the most on the military than the top 20 countries behind them combined, guys. Yeah, right? So their military is just insane. Next level. I couldn't even imagine what it's like. So let's get straight into this one. Hopefully they show us some of the cool military vehicles, and they're so expensive. I know that they're like extremely expensive, so this one should be fire. Like, comment, subscribe, go check out my Patreon, go check out my merch, all that good stuff, guys, and let's go.
The 10 most expensive military vehicles in the world. Whether it be a helicopter, an aircraft carrier, or a tank, military vehicles are not cheap to produce. Some of the larger vehicles out there, like an aircraft carrier, are essentially floating cities. Nuclear submarines are not only armed with multiple nuclear weapons, they're also powered by a nuclear reactor.
Jesus.
In today's video, we're going to take a look at the top 10 most expensive military vehicles. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. INS Vikramaditya, $2.35 billion.
Holy shit,
billion. The INS Vikramaditya is a modified Kiev-class aircraft carrier purchased by India's military from Russia's military-industrial complex.
Holy fuck.
Costs for the purchase were inflated when the Russians demanded more money, as India made it clear how committed they were to securing the vehicle. The warship weighs 44,500 tons, measures 932 feet long, and 200 feet wide.
I could bench press that.
The INS Vikramaditya has a range of 7,000 nautical miles, and it's propelled by a system of 8 diesel boilers that features 6 turbo alternators and 6 diesel alternators. This carrier has a capacity of 1,600 to 2,000 personnel, and more than 30 planes, helicopters, and other aircraft.
30 planes!
Number 9. B-2 Spirit Stealth Bomber, $2.4 billion.
Billion?
The B-2 Spirit is a long-range bomber, capable of surviving extended missions under considerable duress.
Oh my god.
This aircraft skin is designed to capture radar signals and protects against radiation in case of nuclear attack. The shape of this aircraft is also designed to encourage stealth, as it hides engines that create about 35,000 pounds of thrust.
Ooh.
Capable of carrying about 50,000 pounds of weapons, the B-2 can be equipped with up to 16 nuclear stores and has a range of about 6,000 nautical miles on a full tank. Despite the striking exotic design and incredibly advanced technology features in this aircraft, the overall design is inspired by organic flight, resembling a single wing. Number 8. Varyag Aircraft Carrier, $2.4 billion. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, the rights to the Varyag, which was only 70% complete, were transferred to Ukraine. Incredibly, it was then sold to a Chinese travel agency for only $20 million, without an engine or rudder. After plans to turn the vessel into a floating gambling paradise or luxury resort went sour, the Varyag, a Kuznetsov-class carrier, was parked on dry dock by the Chinese government and has been monitored closely by the United States government ever since. Although no one knows the plans for the Varyag, defense experts suggest it may serve as a training platform, or might even eventually be converted into China's second aircraft carrier.
That's crazy.
Number 7. Virginia
So aircraft carriers, like big countries only have 1 or 2 of them. That's crazy. Like
class submarine, $2.5 billion.
Jesus.
This is a new class of attack submarine, developed for multiple missions: stealth, shallow water, and deep water combat. The Virginia-class vessel is powered by a nuclear reactor and includes 4 torpedo tubes and 12 vertical missile launchers, capable of launching up to 16 cruise missiles in a single burst.
Oh my god.
The stealth capabilities of this vessel include the potential for a mini-submarine that would be capable of delivering teams of Navy SEALs for missions of reconnaissance and combat.
Awesome.
The nuclear reactor is paired with 2 turbine engines and a pump jet, generating over 29 megawatts of energy. Number 6. USS America.
Oh yeah, baby.
$3.4 billion.
Billion.
The USS America is an LHA-6 America-class amphibious assault vessel and
God.
one of the newest warships of the United States Navy.
This is insane.
Propelled by a gas-fueled turbine system, the operational range of the USS America is 11,000 nautical miles at 16 knots and 22,000 miles at a pace of 12.5 knots. This warship carries up to 34 planes, 10 of which are strike aircraft, all fitting on an 86,000 square foot flight deck. Approximately 18,300 square feet of storage is dedicated to assault vehicles. A total of 6 weapons and cargo elevators move troops and equipment above and below deck, which include 120,000 square feet of storage specifically for combat equipment and other needs.
Oh my God.
Number 5. Charles de Gaulle Aircraft Carrier, $4 billion. A controversial project that lasted decades and blew budgets, France's Charles de Gaulle Aircraft Carrier was originally commissioned in 1986 and was only recently put into action after a slew of problems that are still being worked on as of current publication. It's the first French aircraft to be nuclear-powered. The carrier consists of 2 nuclear-powered reactors that produce a combined total of about 117,000 kilowatts, along with 4 diesel generators, 4 gas turbine generators, and 4 turbo generators.
That's insane.
Capable of handling up to 40 aircraft and 1,900 personnel, the Charles de Gaulle is 859 feet long with a 206-foot wide flight deck.
Whoa.
In early January 2015, it was reported that France would be sending this powerful carrier to the Persian Gulf to serve as part of a bombing campaign against ISIS.
Hell
Number
yeah.
4.
Let's get it, baby.
HMS Astute, $5.5 billion. The Royal Navy's HMS Astute is a Nimitz-class submarine that recently became stuck off the coast of Scotland after running aground during the transfer of troops to shore. Unfortunately, despite harboring a nuclear engine capable of propelling the HMS Astute at 30 knots, a fleet of tugs and towboats had to be called to get the advanced warship out of its hilarious predicament.
Oh my God, dude.
The HMS Astute is equipped with state-of-the-art Spearfish torpedoes that can sink vessels up to 30 miles away, and Tomahawk land attack missiles with a range of over 1,000 miles.
Oh my God.
Of course, the advanced suite of modern sensors didn't help sailors avoid ramming Scotland with the sub.
That's crazy.
Number 3. DDG 1000 Zumwalt class destroyer, $7 billion. The initial cost of the DDG 1000 Zumwalt class destroyer, a stealth warship designed to sneak past defenses before releasing a huge payload, were estimated to be $3.8 billion. However, the cost of this highly advanced warship skyrocketed as the US Navy jammed the ship full of the latest in technological advances. Reportedly, this boat appears no bigger than a fishing boat on enemy radars.
What?
Included on the USS Zumwalt are an advanced automation system that halves the required crew to operate the ship, as well as the US Navy's brand new railgun, which was recently fired and ready to be attached to this warship. Number 2. HMS Queen Elizabeth, $9.3 billion. The HMS Queen Elizabeth will be the United Kingdom's biggest warship, measuring 918 feet in length and 229 feet wide, with a capacity of 1,600 personnel.
That's unbelievable.
This 65,000-ton aircraft carrier will have a range of up to 10,000 nautical miles without needing to refuel.
Jesus.
Similar to the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier, the initial budget of this project ballooned rapidly, resulting in nearly double the cost.
This is unbelievable.
Part of the ridiculous price increase involves the extensive automation required to create a large warship that can be run by only 679 people. Other issues have included delays in the lighting 2 stealth bomber aircraft that are supposed to populate the flight deck of the HMS Queen Elizabeth. Number 1. The USS Gerald Ford, $13 billion. The most expensive military vehicle in the world is the USS Gerald Ford, an aircraft carrier that is 1,106 feet long and nearly undetectable by radar. This monolithic marvel is capable of launching 220 sorties per day from dual runways and will be populated by 5,000 people, including 4,000 Marines and sailors. Costs for this monstrosity ended up going almost $3 billion over the original estimated budget, mostly due to unforeseen delays in the installation of a plethora of the newest, top-secret technology. When the USS Gerald Ford finally emerges into full operations in 2019, the aircraft carrier will be able to deploy weapons up to 25% faster than the previous best-performing platform. That wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up.
Guys, that's just ostentatious, those vehicles, guys. That's just ostentatious, guys. The US Gerald Ford, $13 billion. Oh my god, that's like next level ostentatiousness, guys. Absolutely insane. I hope that people have budgets for these things. Yeah, guys, tell me in the description down below what you guys think is the most ostentatious vehicle. It's a toss-up between that and the jet, guys, but the jet fighter is a lot better. Don't know why people spend so... I don't know why countries spend so much on aircraft carriers. I guess, like, if you have an aircraft carrier, you win the war because then you can send jets from the sea. I don't really know, guys. I guess you can send... Yeah, if you have an aircraft carrier, it's the greatest... It's probably the greatest military weapon that you can have in your arsenal. So, I don't know, guys. Absolute fire. Hope you guys enjoyed that, man. I love you guys all, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.